Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This background, I know, this is actually one of the goals I'm going to be setting today, is to work on this background because for filming it's just not the best. I'm sitting at the desk today, so bear with me. So today's video is going to be all about how I set really important goals for myself and the actions that go along with those. So how I do a monthly reflection, or this could be something that you do on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, whatever. I find that it's good to do it on a monthly basis for me. So I really try to reflect on all of the different areas of my life and see what areas need work and what goals I can set to improve the different areas of my life and the actions that go along with that. So we're going to be doing a reflection in Notion and I'm going to be sharing a screen showing you all of that. I'm going to just update the 1.0 version that's currently available with this template in motivation and goal setting. I will just add this in so that you can do this straight away, but the rest of it will be coming with the 2.0 version of the template, and all of the information for getting your hands on that template is linked down below. One thing that I've noticed, especially around this time of year, people start to make all of these New Year's resolutions. And a lot of the time people just don't really think about what it is that you actually yourself need in terms of your goals. And I've even been guilty of this myself, looking at people's New Year's resolutions videos and thinking, which of these might be good for me to do? Which of these can I sort of take? And you'll a lot of the time take things that you don't really A, need, or B, care about. And so in this reflection, we're going to be working on both of those things to make sure that you are setting goals that you actually really care about and that you actually really need. A lot of these goals actually are not related to my PhD work, they're more personal. The main reason for that is because I think I'm actually doing quite well with my PhD work at the moment. The only thing I think I could do that would actually help my PhD work be better would be to improve the other areas of my life. Mainly, you'll see it's health and well-being and sort of fun and recreation. Those are the main things that you'll see that I'm working on this month. Those are going to be the things that I think really will help my PhD work improve a lot. I think they're really the only thing that's been diminishing my PhD work at the moment. One thing I just wanted to say before we start is that I really want to start to normalize the idea of setting goals more regularly throughout the year. I think that doing it once a year just isn't enough, because a lot of the time we don't check in with our goals and we don't sort of make any actual progress towards our goals. So you'll see in upcoming videos how I actually take all of the action steps that we went through today and put them into my monthly and weekly planning, and how I can actually evaluate my progress. You'll see at the end of next month I'll be reflecting on these goals and how I did. It's okay to just do these reflections and do this goal setting whenever you have the time and whenever you feel like you want to make a change in your life. That's the most important thing. Right now I do feel like I need a change. There's things I need to change in my life. Do comment down below any important goals that you have for the upcoming month. What I have here is our database for tracking your monthly reflections and goal setting. And this is what's going to help us really set important goals, rather than just sort of setting goals without really thinking about what you need or what's going well or not. It's important to really think about what's going well and what's not going well in the different areas of your life. These categories are here based on the Wheel of Life, and I'll just insert a picture of the Wheel of Life in case you've not seen it before. But this is what sort of all of these are here for. And now you can add different categories if you want to, or if you wanted to split up any of these, like for example health and well-being, you might want to have those as separate ones, and depending on how much stuff I put in this category I might as well. That's just something to keep in mind. Like, this is customizable if you've got different things, and for example like career and business, like I've got a lot of things going on in that category. So I would potentially want to split these up into different categories based on the different areas of work that I have. Now, most of you will just have PhD work and that's what will go into there, and career, progression as part of your PhD will go in there as well. But if you have different things going on, you may want to split those up. So the first part of this is to just really assess what's going well and not what's not going well. And actually, I think it's more important to do these two sections before even doing the rating and the progress, just because I think you can sort of assign a value almost thinking something, but if you haven't really thought about what's going well and what's not going well, then you might find that it's not as good as you thought it was. So I'm going to start filling in some of these categories. So in terms of health and well-being, I've been going to counselling, so that's good. I have been walking more, because I've been going in and out of the university a bit more. Say I've been eating reasonably well. It's okay, you don't have to go through these, like you might have things come into your head as you go along with it. So not going well, not been exercising, still feeling a lot of anxiety, not been prioritizing health, I think, in general. Definitely, I think my sleep's not been great. Like I've been sleeping better since moving house, but I think I'm still not having great quality of sleep in terms of I'm still having some nightmares and things like that. So not been sleeping great, not been making the appointments that I need to make for health and well-being, so that's not good, or like following up on things. So what might be the goal in this category then? I want to start exercising more regularly. I'm just moving this up out of the way a little bit. So I want to start exercising more regularly. I want to start meal prepping. I suppose that's more of an action. So let's just say eating more vegetables, eating in tune with my cycle, which is part of the in the flow method of cycle syncing your diet and exercise to better manage your hormones as part of the menstrual cycle. So I haven't been doing that pretty much at all, and I can notice that there's been big like energy leaks at different stages because of that. So I definitely want to start eating in tune with my cycle a bit more. Sort of not been doing sort of reflections as part of counselling that I'm doing. So I've been going to the sessions, which is like great, and that's a great step, but I've not been doing like the work outside of the sessions. And I don't know, is that personal growth or this? I'm not really sure. I suppose I would consider it more well-being than personal growth. I'm sure there is an element of personal growth. It's sort of overlapping. What would be the goal? I suppose I want to prioritize that more. So there's a lot of sort of goals there, but they all sort of fall in line a bit together. So I do want to do better. I would say I would rate this category about a 4 right now. Because like I'm not doing terrible. I'm doing certain things and I'm doing okay, but I'm not in a good habit with all of these, so I do definitely need more habits. So why do I care? So I know that exercise, diet and exercise, and I suppose overall mental health are hugely important for good work. And why do I care about that? Because doing good work is a key part of what makes me feel good. And I want to feel good. So putting really specific whys into these goals is what's going to make you really think about, do I actually care enough to do something about this? And a lot of the time when people set goals, they'll set goals that they don't really care about. And if you don't care about your goals, you're not really going to do them. That's why it's really important to incorporate the why do we care into each of these. So other people will have very different reasons for why they want to do things as part of health. So I just know that like doing these things makes me feel good, and that makes me feel like I can do good work, and then doing good work makes me feel good. And that's what's important to me. Other people, especially if you're maybe older, you have kids, you might be thinking, I want to live a long time and be there for that. And I know that that's a great thing as well, but that's not necessarily what is actually motivating me right now with this goal. So it's important to have your specific why down for why you care, and we want to get specific with these actions. So go to the gym maybe 3 times a week, and I want to start getting my 10,000 steps. I want to start tracking my sleep and just mood as well. So one thing I think with this is like the awareness around my thoughts and feelings and all of that is what I'm lacking when it comes to doing my counselling. So I think what I really need is a good place to track those things. So I think what's going to come into that is making mental health tracker in Notion. And I used to have this as part of my physical bullet journal, and I really liked all of the spreads that I made. I just stopped using it, and I moved to the iPad bullet journal, and then I moved to Notion. So there's just been a process of losing some of the things that I really liked from the different planning methods that I've tried. This is one that I want to bring back into Notion template, is a mental health tracker. So maybe I can just get rid of that. Meal planning and prepping. That's a lot of actions. It's likely that this is going to be one of my main focuses for this month, in terms of I've got a lot going on here. I've got a lot I want to improve. So what's going well in physical environment? So moved house, really love the new house. So I suppose some specifics: really dark at night, better sleep, not really cluttered, which is nice. What's not going well? Like, I wouldn't say there's anything not going well with the space. I think it's mainly like there's this room with all of this stuff that we need to get rid of. So like I wouldn't say anything's not going well. It's just that we're in the process of moving. But I would say one thing in particular is the filming space in this room. Not great. Like today actually the lighting's good for sitting up at the desk with this on, but I hate that I have this in the background. Not having functional filming space, I should say. And that is a big deal because obviously, especially this month, I'm filming a lot of content. So it's really important that I do have that. So my goal is to get a functional filming space. Why do I care? Important for my video quality. And I care about that because like I do have good quality in terms of the filming equipment. And it just feels like if the background and stuff isn't good, it's a waste of that almost. Viewing experience, like I don't want my channel to get worse in terms of that. And I think because I had the nice like pink background and stuff in my home, like that was quite a good viewing experience for audience, and I do care about that. My action will be, I suppose, R&D based filming space. So I really just need to sit down and think about what I want, and that'll be the action. So, or maybe I'll put it down as a 7. Look, our physical space is going well. I don't want to be too harsh on us because it is good. Okay, career and business. So what's going well? So PhD work, I suppose on track, I feel. I don't really know what else to say about it. I think my PhD work is going well. Let's just think like career wise, taking part in committees and teaching activities. YouTube channel wise, I'll just say YouTube/Instagram. Sponsorships starting to happen, which is great, and steady Instagram growth of 1k per month. What's not going well? The drama school I'll also put down as hitting 6 figures this year. So, okay, what's not going well? So PhD stuff, I think I'm happy with that. There's nothing I'd really change there. I think if I was putting this into separate categories, the PhD stuff would be one I wouldn't put any action towards this month, just because I actually feel like I'm on track and I'm doing what I need to be doing mostly. And there's nothing I would change really with what I'm doing. So I'm really, really happy with that. But what's not going well YouTube wise, decline in growth and video views, because I've not been consistent, not doing important admin for the drama school, just not been doing it, just really bad. My goal would be to improve consistency on YouTube, do the admin. So I'm gonna give this a 5 maybe. At this point, I forgot about the why part because my head was blocking the way, so just ignore. I will eventually realize this and go back and fix it. Vlogmas, I'm already doing this, so I know this isn't really an action for the month, but that's something that I am going to put down. 1 hour of admin a day. Set up process with admin role, basically trying to get somebody to take over the admin work from me, which I haven't done. Finances, saved up mortgage money. So this year and last year I've saved up enough money for my mortgage. That's phenomenal. Like happy with earnings, I want to say. It's not going well, not been budgeting just with the move, and really since things reopened I haven't been budgeting. I've just been enjoying myself. And I've no idea what's going on with my money. My savings are there. I haven't saved any more in the last 3 months. So I do want to be on track with money. So need to make a budget. So that's going to add to the Notion template for finances. Grand. I'm going to give this a 6. So I'm not really concerned with, I don't feel like I need to earn any more money this month. That's not something I'm going to be prioritizing. What I do need to do is figure out what's going on with my money and make sure that I have, a good amount of money allocated for Christmas and all of that. So I'm going to give finances a solid 6. Friends and family. Seeing people somewhat regularly, weekly family dinners. So I've not really been planning my friends' hangouts enough. So I need to be better at planning that, and also a bit haphazard with talking to my dad. My goal would be to be more thoughtful in seeing friends and family, really. So to just put more effort in around the types of things and to really focus on quality time. So I think that's really more important, is I need to just get my social plans in early in the month. So I'm going to give friends and family a 7 out of 10. I think I'm doing it pretty well. Romance and relationships. So what's going well? We moved in together, seeing each other more because of that. So that's all good. What's not going well? Again, wouldn't say anything's not going well. It's just that with moving in, there's a lot of stuff we need to do. Right now, we haven't quite figured out how to merge everything that we're doing in terms of like responsibilities around the house and finances and all of that stuff. The goal would be to basically to know who's doing what, combine finances and activities, let's say. Okay, and then again, so the action around that would be maybe to just discuss, make a list, and then to open joint bank account. But again, everything going great. I'm going to give us a solid 8 out of 10 just because we are in that moving process and there's the difficulty of like still trying to combine all of that stuff. Personal growth. Again, so I think like I'm going to put counseling in here because I do think that's part of personal growth, so that's a good thing. Listening to productivity podcasts, which is good. Doing mindfulness and meditation as part of Flown. What's not going well? Again, I'm not making no set time for this or habit around personal growth. And I do think it's really important, and I want it to just be more something that I know I'm allocating a certain amount of time for. So my goal is to develop a habit around this. Daily reflection, mindfulness, meditation, maybe 30 minutes a day of personal growth, productivity books, etc. Great. I'm going to give myself 7 out of 10. And then fun and recreation. Dear God, fun and recreation. What's been going well? Basically, not a lot. Not a lot has been going well. I've been playing chess with my sister. That's been really fun. I've been really, really bad for fun and recreation. I've not been doing anything for fun, or except for like watching Netflix and all of that, which I know is recreation, but like a lot of the time I just don't think that's valuable fun and recreation, especially because a lot of the time I'm just watching absolute trash. Definitely need to start doing more there. There's just, it's not good. No hobbies. Oh no, I've been doing this wrong because I couldn't see it with my stupid head in the way. About why do I care? Oh my god, I have to go back and do all of those. If I don't do the admin, the school will collapse. See, like already that impact that I've put in here about I've put in a lot of effort into YouTube. I want to see it do well and continue to grow, become a source of regular income so that I can be more free in what I choose to do career-wise. That's a huge thing for me. I'd like to have options, and I'd like to not have to rely on a job or a career that I don't like, a secondary motivator. I don't want to say I've helped a lot of people, but like I've met a lot of people, expressed that the channel helps, and I'd like to keep providing value because that makes me feel good. So why do I care about the finances? A harder one to think, because like I have that mortgage money saved up, but it wouldn't be nice to be more financially free. I don't like the idea of spending money frivolously. Why do I care? I think not knowing these can cause tension. These don't have to be like super eloquent, as long as you understand what your why is. That's the main thing. So personal growth for me is a way, it helps me learn more about myself, which can make me feel less anxious in different ways. Goals for hobbies. We're back here. I'd like to make time for my hobbies, engage more with literature and theatre, because that would be one of my main hobbies, would be like poetry, plays, books. I'd love to start playing piano again, but I don't think I'm there right now, so that's not really a goal that I have right now, but it is something that I have in mind for future. But at the moment I would just love to start reading more and to go hiking, some food markets, because that's also when I really enjoy new food experiences. So these are things that I want more of. Another thing that I forgot to mention here is just that a big hobby for me would be traveling, and I had a couple of trips planned for the month of December that have been cancelled, which has been really upsetting. And so I think that's part of the reason like my hobbies haven't been great, because I'm kind of a work hard, play hard kind of person. So I'll work really hard, knowing that I have a holiday coming up and that I can spend a lot of time enjoying that. And now in the last 2 years, I haven't gone on holidays. I haven't had those experiences. So it just means that my fun and recreation is really, really bad. Why do I care? I think hobbies are what makes us interesting and unique, help us work better, plan time for hobbies. Again, I need to add that into the Notion template. I think that's the main thing, is putting it into my schedule. that's the action that I need to do. Do I want to do some specific thoughts right now? A monthly hike would be nice. Try a new recipe every week and try a new food venue every second week. Read fiction 30 minutes per day. Okay, some solid actions there. I'm going to give myself a 3 out of... do I even want to... I don't even think I deserve a 3. I'm going to give myself a 2 out of 10 for fun and recreation. Okay, so that is it. So I've put in all these actions, and the next thing will be to actually figure out a way to track all of these, because some of these will be something that needs to happen once, and some of these things will be things that need to happen on a weekly basis, and some of these will be things that need to happen on a monthly basis. So you'll see in my monthly planning and in my weekly planning coming soon how I actually take these actions and put them into a trackable way to see, am I doing these things, which will be the next part of this. But hopefully you can see how we can set important goals here. I can't believe I missed the important step for a lot of this, which was filling in the why, but it's because it was in my head already before I started this video, but you have to be sure not to do that. If you are doing this, be sure to tag me on Instagram at PhD on productivity if you're putting this in your story. And I know that like a lot of these aren't related to my PhD, but these are things that will help a lot with doing better PhD work in the coming months. Okay, that is it for this video. Again, to mention that we will have videos coming soon around how to plan the month and how to plan your weeks based on these goals. So do be sure to stick around and subscribe for these videos, or else if they are up already, I will have some of those linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all of my wonderful members, and I will see you all in the next video.